this is how I organise my very large bag making pattern stash. Keep it organised and make sure that I never misplace or repurchase a bag pattern ever again. Hi, my name's Deb. If you're joining me for the first time, welcome to my channel. I make videos on all things bag making, from chatty videos like this to sew-alongs. Today's video is on how I organise my bag making patterns. So it's how I make sure that I don't repurchase patterns I've already purchased, how I organise them once I've printed them out, how I organise all my digital patterns on my USB drive, and how I organise the visual patterns so that when I want to make something, I have it to hand so that I know what I want to make. So what I did a few months ago, when I realised that my bag pattern stash was getting a little bit out of hand, and it's something that I think is the same for a lot of people. I admin a bag making group here in the UK, and it's something that does come up in that group quite a bit, is people asking how people, you know, manage their bag patterns. It comes up quite a few times that people have purchased a pattern that they've already purchased before because they didn't realise, and I've done it myself. So yeah, I needed to sit down and collate them into one place. So what I did one afternoon is I purchased this rather large USB stick. It's a 1 terabyte stick, and I basically went through every place that a pattern that I would have bought would be. So that was all of my emails, so my personal, my work, my PayPal, every little USB stick that I have. I went through my hard drive on my computer and my Chromebook. I went through my Google Drive. I literally went through every place that I could think of that I could have saved a pattern to. And I did come across an awful lot of patterns that I absolutely forgot that I had. And I saved them all on to said USB drive. And I organised them all into pattern designers, so that when I want to print out that pattern, I just go to the pattern designer, I find the pattern and I print it. Once I had them all collated onto the USB stick, I then re-uploaded them to my Google Drive as a backup. I did have a few on my Google Drive, but not many, so I put them on my Google Drive as a backup. So when I do print out a pattern, this is how I store it. So this is the Sophia tote crafted by Leanne, and when I print it out, I print out the front page to stick on the front of one of these document wallets, so that I can easily see what's inside of it. And I basically put my pattern pieces inside. Now if I do print out the instructions, which I don't often, because I do like to actually have my instructions just on usually my Chromebook or sometimes my phone, which is why I do like to have them quite often on my Google Drive, because it means I can bring it up from on my Chromebook or my phone, because I'm on Android. But if I do print it out, and this one is printed out because we used it at the bag retreat, I will bind it because I'm a little bit OCD like that. So it all gets kept in one of these folders and gets stored away in my cupboard. And if there is more than one size of the pattern, so if there's say a handbag size and a tote size, like the Davina by Bagstock for example, or if I've printed out the pattern at a different percentage, you know, if I've reduced the size or increased the size, for example. What I'll do is I'll keep the 2 different sizes in envelopes within this, so that I keep the two sizes separately so they don't get mixed up, and I don't cut 2 different pattern pieces out and, you know, my back go peaked on during construction. So that is how, once the pattern's cut out, that is how it's stored, and as I say, it goes away in the cupboard. But what I wanted to do with regards to the actual patterns that I have is I needed something visual for the patterns that I had. I wanted something that I could see all of the patterns sort of that I had. I want, you know, going onto the computer and opening every single file to see what I had wasn't going to work. And I was thinking, well, do I save the pictures of each one and have something on my computer so that I can click through and see what I have? And that was something that I thought about doing, was, you know, saving the picture of each pattern that I had and having a folder for, say, either each designer or each like bag type. So, you know, crossbodies, backpacks, clutches, that sort of thing, so that I could see, you know, what I had. But then I thought I knew that kind of wouldn't work for me, because I don't always have my laptop open, or, you know, I am quite a sort of tactile, you know, I like to touch things, I like to see things. So what I decided to do, and I'm quite lucky that I have an eco printer so I can do this, is I decided to physically print out each front page again, and literally I can see every single, oh, you can't see that, every single pattern that I have, and I have each one marked if I have it already printed out. So if I'm trying to decide on a project and looking to see whether, you know, or, so if I look and I see, oh, I want to do the Mabel, and oh, I haven't got that one printed out yet, I know I need to go onto the USB or my Google Drive, find the Mabel, and I know I need to print it out. So this was something for me that was, it's tactile and I can see it. I can just come in here, I can just pull the file out, you know, I can sit in the living room while I'm watching the TV and I can flick through it, rather than either doing it on my phone or doing it on the computer. And that was just a personal preference for me, but it would work if you wanted to do it digitally and have a folder on your phone with all of the front pages, or an image of the patterns that you had, and have them in a folder. It's a really good way of knowing that you're not going to repurchase a pattern that you've already bought. It's a really good way of, sorry if you can't tell, I'm a little bit sick. I'm really not well at the moment, I've got that bug that's going around. Yes, it's a really good way of seeing if you have gaps within your pattern sort of repertoire. If I discovered I have an awful lot of crossbody patterns, even though crossbodies aren't something that I particularly wear a lot. I tend to wear shoulder bags mostly. I don't tend to use a crossbody. Although having said that, if I was making a bag for my mum as a gift or something like that, I would make her a crossbody, because that's what she would tend to wear. But I have an awful lot of crossbody bags, so I don't think I really need to buy any more of them. I don't have a lot of backpacks. I've got a couple, but not many. So yeah, so it was very interesting to see kind of what I was drawn to and the bags that I'd bought. Yeah, so it was really productive thing to do. Like I say, I did actually find there was a good few patterns that I obviously liked a lot because I'd bought them twice. I obviously just really wanted to support that pattern designer because I'd bought them twice. But it has been really good for me as well, because what I find I do is I do sit in my comfort zone, and I do, you know, I'll make a bag and I'll perfect my technique with that bag, and I'll make it so much that I don't even need to get the instructions out, and I'll just continue to make that bag, and I'll change it up and I'll do different things with it, but I'm then frightened to get out of my comfort zone and make a different bag. And even though I know I'm perfectly capable of making other bags, I then get a little bit frightened to do so. So I think it was really a good exercise to do, because it got me excited about seeing other bags and seeing other patterns that I had. And I remembered why I bought them, and I remembered why I was excited to make them. And yeah, so I have printed out a few of them that I want to make, and I've got projects in mind, and I've picked fabrics out of my stash that I want to make them out of, because that's something else that I need to do, is I need to get that stash down, because literally there's cupboard doors that I can't even get shut because the fabric is busting out of them. So yeah, so it was an interesting project to undertake, because not only did it kind of make me feel like a sense of calm that I'd accomplished something, and that, you know, everything was neat and tidy, which I do like, but it got me excited too. So if your pattern stash is got you a little bit overwhelmed, I hope this has got you a little bit inspired to grab it by the horns and sort it out. I promise you it didn't actually take me that long to do. It took me quite a while to print and organise sort of this sort of element of it, and it probably would take a little while to sort of, you know, if you were screenshotting images and do it digitally, but it's something that you could do, you know, over a period of time. You know, you could always just sort of like write a list of all the ones that you had and cross them off as you added them to your digital file, so that you didn't miss any. But yeah, I hope it's got you inspired to have your pattern stash organised. There is apps out there where you can organise pattern stashes as well as your fabric stashes, so they could be something that's worth looking at. I think there's someone called Stash Hub. I think there's a few others out in the market. People use things like Trello as well to do things to organise, so they could be something that interests you. But I'd love to hear if you've done something similar and what's worked for you. If you've done something different, please do let me know in the comments. So thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, please do give it a like. Consider subscribing if you have enjoyed it. I have got some more videos coming later in the month. I have got some sew-alongs planned, although I may wait until I've got over this cold so that I'm not losing my voice so much. And yeah, until next time, enjoy whichever project you're doing, and I will see you soon. Bye.